Hey guys, this is Lucky with TTLxDP. In today's video, I want to kind of open up a discussion. I want to talk about what are some of the most ultimately terrible people in horror movies. And I know there's a laundry list of bad characters and evil people throughout films. We're going to break down 3 of them for you. So one of the first characters that I would love to deep dive into would be Beverly Marsh's father from the It series. He does play a big factor into the horror. We see Pennywise throughout the films act as him, and that's kind of her trauma that he latches onto. We know that her father was abusive towards her, definitely was abusive towards her late mother, and throughout the film it's an ongoing struggle for her to kind of cope with those feelings. And you see her not only fighting Pennywise the demon, but also her father. He was a massive proponent of that first film, I'd say, and that's a big thing that goes into the film throughout the entirety of it. He's just a menacing bad person that obviously we have those types of people that exist in today's world, and it's sad to say, but he's an ultimate douchebag in my opinion. I think Beverly's father has to be in that movie in a sense, because obviously a clown demonic space entity is not super realistic. So I feel like Beverly's father really grounds the horror throughout the film, along with other characters, right? You have some characters with religious trauma. You have some characters with the speech impediment, losing his brother, obviously, Georgie. Beverly's father, I feel like, is what reality looks like for a lot of kids, and it really brings it to the forefront of she can't rely on him. She can't rely on somebody that is supposed to be her protector, her parent, a loved one, in such a dire, desperate time for her character throughout that film. And that really kind of signifies in such a out there universe that this stuff is real and these people are bad and evil. So while we're talking about trauma and horror, you have to bring up the film Barbarian, and in particular the old man that is in the basement, which turns out to be the Barbarian's father. This to me was even worse than Bev's dad. Throughout the film, we don't ever see him, but we start to kind of unravel the Barbarian's history, and you find out that the Barbarian's dad is like this utter tool bag, really, is what it is. And then on top of it, like, he made the monster, right? Where it's like Beverly in It, she is fighting this cosmic monster. Her dad was terrible and was abusive, but he didn't make Pennywise. He didn't create that monster, right? He created a lot of trauma for Bev. But in Barbarian, like, the dad quite literally created that monster, like through, I believe, incest in the film, and SA and all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, he was the definition of horror, and you see that at the very end when our main character meets him. And in Barbarian, it feels almost more realistic than It, right? Because when you do things like incest and SA and these super horrible acts, that's stuff that has happened. And it doesn't result in a space clown like It. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on It. I'm just differences in the films, right? It doesn't result in a space clown. It literally results in a messed up family, and you can easily see throughout history people that have suffered those types of things. They usually turned out pretty messed up. And in Barbarian, it's just another great example of what that family dynamic can do to somebody and how that can carry on into adult life and beyond. So guys, I wanted to come on here and get your guys' opinion. As I stated earlier, this is supposed to be a discussion. So for me, comparing these two terrible people, I feel like they're both equally bad in their own right. And I want your guys' opinion, not just about these two characters, but who are some non-main character people throughout horror films that are just unequivocally evil and might even add to the horror that you see throughout those films. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more stuff just like this. This is Lucky. Peace out, guys.